Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Sixx Daze. I am Bob Sixx, and today I'm asking you, have you ever wondered? I've been curious my entire life. I've wondered how things work, why we say things that we say. So I've really looked into them. I'm a huge nerd, but some of the sillier things that I've wondered, and some of you may have wondered, I still don't have an answer to. For example, how would chairs look if our legs bent the other way? You know, like storks and birds like that where they bend frontwards. How would chairs look? I've tried to envision it, and I don't know. I've also often wondered why they call it a bra when there's a pair of boobs in them, and it's a pair of panties. I mean, it doesn't even sound right if you say a pair of bras and a panty, even though a panty is the singular version of the word. But do we used to look different at some point in the evolution of man? Or humans? I don't know. Or did it just stick? Or did the person who invented these articles of clothing get to choose how it was? A big one, and I know many people have thought of this because I've seen it posted, and I've often wondered, how hungry must the guy who first tried eggs have been to try an egg? And what made him think after he tried it the first time, which it's just so gross looking, I can't imagine eating it. Maybe it would be better if I cooked it. A little salt and pepper and bacon. I don't know. And I also wonder, how many other things did he eat that fell out of asses? I mean, you think he took a bite of horse shit? It kind of looks like an egg. Kind of. You think maybe he took a bite and then fried some with a little salt and pepper and eggs to see if that made it taste all right? Did he actually try chicken shit? There's just so many things I wonder about that whole scenario. Or did they just see another animal eating them and go, well, hell, he likes it. Speaking of eating, why do we call it eating pussy? Licking is more accurate. It doesn't sound as cannibalistic. Actually sounds more inviting. Did they do it different at some point? Did cannibals come up with the term? I mean, you don't call it eating dick. However, they do call it giving head, and I think I've got that one figured out, but I don't know. Why isn't it just called what it is? And a blowjob. Not blowing. So how did it just sound better? Was it like code that you would say like in front of your girlfriend's parents so that maybe she didn't know, her parents didn't know what you wanted? I don't know. I've always found that odd. What do you think? I mean, leave a comment below. This usually creeps people out when I get to these next two things that I'm going to address. But, you don't think about it as a child. But I thought of this while watching The Karate Kid. You know how Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel-san, wax on, wax off, as karate, but he taught him waxing the car and sanding the floor. Instead of telling him there were karate things, he had him doing this. Now your mom, regardless of how many you want to believe it or not, has performed oral sex at least once in her life. At least once. For those of you who say, not my mom, here's a little test to help you decide if your mother has or not. If your dad is the hottie of the relationship and your mom's the ugh, she does on a regular basis. If both your parents are ughs, she does, because that's the tiebreaker for if he meets another ugh or one that's slightly less ugly, but she doesn't do that. You see? If they're both hot, she does, for the same reason. It's the tiebreaker. Now, some of you are thinking, but my mom's the hottie and my dad's the ugh. But if your mom is not wanting for anything, she has some really nice stuff and maybe your dad can't afford it, she does, because that's the bargaining tool to get shit that we really can't afford. Okay, I'll make it work somehow. So, back to my point. Your mom, knowing how important that is, knowing how important it is to have a man that does it well, do you think that's why she had you licking beaters growing up? Because those of us that are good at it, we grew up doing that. The first time I did it right. I did it well. Scored a touchdown. Because I was licking a beater. Well, not a beater, but you know what I'm saying. So it's like my mom was Mrs. Miyagi. And your mom may have been too. Don't be afraid. Go ask your mom and leave a comment below on what she tells you. Is that why you had me licking beaters? Which brings me to, have you ever wondered how many times your mom kissed you right after she finished blowing your dad? I mean, before right now. Because I'm telling you, they all do. It's a fact of life. I mean, stop and look at how old you are and how you are sexually. Your mom was that age too. It's been the same forever. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be here having this discussion. I wouldn't be saying these things and you wouldn't be looking at your little screen going, why? Have you ever wondered why I say the things I do? I'll tell you. I'll solve that mystery right now. I learned a long time ago to say what's on my mind, to ask questions I want to know. Because you can't get an answer if you don't ask. Well, why would you be curious about that? I'm curious about all sorts of things about the human species. On social media, I do social experiments. I will send out random positive messages and random shock messages. I think I've addressed this before in other videos. But I just did 2 waves of them. I got 2 responses from the positive ones. All of the shock ones responded with everything from positive to funny to basically what I would expect responses, but most of them were positive and funny. What's wrong with you people that don't like positive? You don't know how to take it. I had done a social experiment once where I just randomly sent people that I have known, I guess from about 13 into my 30s, that I've met from that time range, and they know me well enough. I even announced on social media that I was going to post this, or that I was going to do this social experiment. And I randomly sent all of these people a message, a private message, that simply said, I love you. Out of all the people I sent that to, I think I got 7 I love you backs. Because I love you doesn't mean I want to fuck you. It doesn't mean that I have a crush on you or that I'm creeping on you or anything like that. I love all of my friends. I value all of my friends. I value other human beings. To a degree, I can say that I love some total strangers, based on the evidence that I see of them taking care of their children, working hard, that kind of stuff. So humans are kind of weird, but I'm fascinated by them. So for those of you that wonder why I ask the things and I say the things and I push the boundaries, it's because I'm curious. I cannot be the only person in the world that thinks the way I do. I know a lot of people do, but they're afraid to be themselves, which makes me wonder, what are you afraid of? I would really rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. That's just too much work. I don't want to work at being someone that everyone likes. I just be me, and if you like me, great, and if you don't, it's all right. But hey, I appreciate you being here. If you've enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, give me a thumbs down. If you got something you've wondered, leave a comment below. I'd love it. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Actually, I think it's right out there. Click that bell so you get a notification every time I put out a new video. I try to do them every Tuesday and Thursday, but sometimes life gets in the way and tells me what I'm going to do, and it doesn't have anything to do with videos. Until next time, have a great day. Make someone laugh if you get the chance. I am Bob Sixx.